his garden. It grew and became a tree, and the birds in the air made nests in its branches. The kingdom of God is like yeast, which a woman took and hid in 3 measures of flour until it leavened the whole mass. Everyone who glorifies himself will be humiliated, and the one who humbles himself will be praised. Good stuff. Yeah, I find it, very refreshing in that real high sense. And the analysis is good, and he breaks it up into these pieces. And I'm looking forward to well, he's got quite a bit also on Seneca, but I'll hold that up. All right, but I want to just read one section here. If we ask about the character of the speaker of this kind of material, Q, it has its nearest analogy in contemporary profiles of the cynic sage. And this is as close to the historical Jesus as Q allows us to get, but it's close enough for us to reconstruct a beginning of the movement that is both plausible and understandable. One should not underestimate the attraction of a cynic-like sage capable of enticing individuals into forming a discursive association, a collegia, a society. Thank you. Anything else? Thank you very much. Hold it.
You know something funny just occurred. Maybe there's a holdout of this in the Gospel of Mark, 2 places. One is where the woman comes up and touches, and Jesus says, "What am I supposed to throw away children's food? Give it to the dogs?" Maybe it's a pun.
Well, that's interesting, because that's one of the places in Mark where someone one-ups Jesus. Because she says, don't even throw crumbs to the dogs. He says, hey, you're close.
Yeah.
He recognizes that, compliments her, and says, yes, he will help. Yeah. And the other is when the scribe comes and gives him one up on him. When they talk about how close when Jesus concludes that the scribe is close to the kingdom of God, and they talk about the first commandment, because the scribe responds to what Jesus says and says, yes, you're right, but he adds, and understanding. Because in Mark, the theme of understanding plays itself out as the dominant theme in Mark rather than belief. Understand, 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 understand. Yeah. He demands understanding. He demands understanding. Jesus demands understanding. Yeah, yeah. I'll give you a quote. Yeah. This is a place where he ties together 3 chapters that he's carefully developed. Chapter 8. Okay, yeah, thank you. 14 is right. See, before there was a discussion on the Pharisees and Herod and the 2 feeding of the 4,000 and the 5,000, and the travel across the waters where the disciples forgot their lunch and asked for Jesus for some bread. And take heed, beware of the leaven. That was picked up, that's a major theme in Q, the leaven. Take heed, beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and the leaven of Herod. And they discussed this with one another. We have no bread. And being aware of it, Jesus said to them, why do you discuss the fact that you have no bread? Do you not yet perceive or understand? Are your hearts hardened? Having eyes, do you not see? Having ears, do you not hear? And do you not remember when I broke the 5 loaves for the 5,000? How many baskets full of broken pieces did you take up? They said to him, 12. And the 7 for the 4,000, how many basketfuls of broken pieces did you take up? And they said to him, 7. He said to them, don't you understand? Don't you understand yet? He keeps repeating, don't you understand? Don't you understand? It's not a belief game. It's just understand, understand, understand. It plays itself out. You're not understanding what I'm doing. So that's really fine. Thank you very much. Thank you.